Hello, welcome to my kitchen and back to my channel. Today I am first of all well aware that I look like I'm from the 80s, not mad about it, but I also look like I'm melting because it's literally 100+ degrees here in LA. So bear with me as the air condition blows and my face falls down to my toes. I was trying to rhyme. Hi. Welcome. I'm going to answer some of your questions. I haven't done a Q&A in a long time. I'm pretty excited about it. If you guys aren't following me on Instagram, information below. Please follow me there. I feel like that's where I'm most active in terms of social stuff. I love pulling you guys and asking you guys for suggestions of things. So if you aren't already, make sure you go ahead and do that. I am in the kitchen because first and foremost, where I usually film these is so hot that I feel like I'm gonna pass out on camera. And as much as I feel like that might get the clicks, I'm just not ready to go there, you know what I mean? And also I need to unload the dishwasher and start dinner. So I figured what better way to answer some vulnerable questions that I have not vetted yet. I literally have not looked at these questions yet, but what better way than to just be kind of casual in the kitchen. So let's do this. I'm always a little afraid when I do these because I just don't know what I'm about to walk myself into, but here we go. All right, one of the questions is, what's the hardest unexpected thing you encountered as a shorter gal? That's a fun question. I am 5'1", and so yes, I do believe I am a shorter gal in the grand scheme of gals and heights. I mean, I definitely as I'm getting older and I'm not necessarily shopping at teen stores anymore, I do find, and you guys, if you watch my channel, you know, I find that clothing is very difficult. I legit have to shop in the petite section. It's not because I'm super trim or anything. I just my proportions fit petite better. And I always my mom always did that and I didn't really understand. I don't know, it just always seemed kind of silly to me. Not silly, I don't know, I just had no concept of really understanding why, but I get it now. Literally clothes don't fit me properly unless it's petite or teen, but I've even kind of grown out of teen, so I would definitely say that was an unexpected thing for a short girl that kind of creeped up on me. Also, I mean, not unexpected, but I literally can't reach stuff very high. So my greatest tool and greatest asset here are these. I literally use these all the time to get things, grab things, pull them down. So yeah, that would definitely be the two things that I constantly have to deal with and never really thought about. Great question, love that. How do you come back from a really long depression / slump? This is a difficult question, and I will preface this by saying I've definitely been there. So I relate and I have a lot of empathy and sympathy if you are in a slump or depression. I just want to say it will get better. So hang on to that. First and foremost, I think that you should definitely speak to someone, whether it's a parent, a mentor, or best case scenario, a therapist. I think that's the best thing to do for yourself, self-help books, that kind of stuff. But I know sometimes that's not what you want to do and what the mindset is. So my biggest suggestion is just getting outside. It sounds so simple, but also sometimes it sounds so exhausting. But have you ever gone days without actually going outside? Do you know what I mean? Especially since the pandemic and the lockdown, I feel like it's really easy to get caught up in your business inside and the computer and TV and the bed, you know, so literally just stepping outside and getting some vitamin D, going for even just a very short walk around your neighborhood if you can. I do truly believe that that is so very helpful. I also really believe in the power of socializing, even though I find it so daunting and exhausting, but if you can make plans, even if it's just one plan a week with someone that you like and you feel comfortable with, a world of difference, truly. I have to push myself to do that often because it's so much easier and more comfortable just to stay home, especially because I have a husband who I love very much and who I feel very comfortable with. And so it kind of like gives me an excuse to not go out. But we both push ourselves to make other plans and do other things outside of each other and outside of our home. And I do really think like for your mental health, that's very important. You know, there's other things that people like will tell you to do, like journal. I do believe exercise. Like for me personally, exercise is a huge one. Eating healthy is a huge one. But I think like some of that stuff is really like on like a person-to-person basis, but I definitely cannot endorse talking to someone like a mentor or a therapist and getting outside and trying to socialize, even if it's like an hour, even if it's just like going to meet a friend for coffee. I think that is so very important and will also like break up your routine. If you could just like break up your routine, even just for an hour, even just for 20 minutes on a walk, I think that's the key. Sending you love, I know, but just know it gets better. Honestly, how are you? That's a very sweet question. Although like my like insecurities are like, do I present myself to be anything else than like perfect? Talk about needing to go to therapy. I do go to therapy and it's been very helpful. You know what? Honestly, I actually am doing really well. Considering just like how crazy the world is, how expensive things are, how stressful like life is in general right now, I'm really grateful for my family, my friends, my husband, my home, my puppy, my health. And so, yeah, I definitely have moments where I like, trust me, there are days where I just like wake Jeff up and I'm like, like, what am I doing with my life? Like, just like spew out all this stuff. And he's like, okay, let me have my coffee and then proceed. He's the best with me when it comes to that. And I feel like vice versa. Like, I'm really grateful to have a partner who we like just put our heads together and we're like, all right, we got this. Like, we can do this. So I think like all in all, I'm doing really well. There's a lot of stresses. I'm trying to kind of figure out my next steps in terms of career, in terms of this channel. Do I continue or do I do a Patreon? Do I go ahead and do that podcast? Do I sell that merchandise? Like, I really am like sort of always trying to like have these conversations and figure out what's next. But I also feel like that's part of life and that's also part of being a creator. And, you know, so, but yeah, all in all, I'm doing pretty great. I'm really grateful and thank you for asking. How are you doing? Honestly. Somebody asked, how is Corny's love life? And that just like warms my heart. And it's funny you should ask. She's sleeping right now, so I feel like I can tell you guys. She has a boyfriend. He just doesn't know that she's his girlfriend. There's a dog that lives in our building and she's like obsessed with him, which is so crazy because she is not, she's just like not really that interested in dogs and or humans. She's very particular, especially about dogs. Like, she's kind of an asshole when it comes to other dogs. And she is in love with this dog to the point where she, like when he walks by, she makes this sound that I've never heard before. She's been my puppy for a long time. I've never heard the sound from her. She's just like deeply, madly in love with this dog. And he could care less about her. He's very nice to her. But when she sees him and I'm like, is it okay if like she plays with him? She like runs up to him, her ears are like up and she's just like, oh, like she's like wild around him and he just kind of like deals with her. So yes, she definitely has a boyfriend, but he just doesn't know. Thank you for asking. Oh my God, someone asked, have you decided on babies? And if so, do you have names picked out? That's a lot in one question. First of all, I should be so lucky to be able to have a baby. So I don't want to jinx anything. No babies yet. The talks are happening, y'all. The talks are happening, okay? It's clearly a very big decision. It's also like such a huge life change and also like, can my body even do it? I don't know. I have been taking the steps to make sure that my body is healthy and happy, and there are reserves in there. She's got reserves, ladies and gentlemen. She's got reserves, so not bad for an almost 40-year-old, apparently. So I don't know, you guys. I just don't know. You know, I'm kind of like a hippie when it comes to this kind of stuff. I'm like, all right, like if it's meant to be, it's gonna be. So that's kind of where I'm at. And also like the name thing, I feel super superstitious about it. So no names freaked out. I mean, have Jeff and I even talked about, I feel like we've like had jokey names, but no, no and no. But thanks for asking. Someone asked, what's your favorite season? I love that. It's so funny. I was with some friends recently, and they were like pulling out a tablecloth or like something, and they're like, oh, but it's fall. And I was like, that's okay, I love fall. They're like, really? They're like summer people through and through. They're like gonna try to chase summer next summer, like go on a trip that like just follow summer essentially around the world, which is just the cutest thing ever. I like summer, and I feel like there's an energy of summer that like can't be beat, and I definitely feel like summer is just like a happy vibe. So I really do love summer. But I don't know, man, I'm nostalgic for the fall. I love it. I love Halloween. I love pumpkin stuff. I love the fall color. Our whole home is like basically fall colors. I just like have this like, I've always had it. I have this like weird nostalgia for fall. I think about it often. I really think fall is where it's at for me. So yeah, I mean, fall in LA also still feels like summer because it's so hot here. The only thing I will say that I don't like about fall is when the time change happens. It's so difficult. I'm like not great at night anyways. I fall asleep so early. So when the sun starts going down like really early, it's super challenging for me, as I'm sure it is for many of you guys. So yeah, I like all things about fall other than that. I think that's why I like summer, because it just keeps me awake. It's the oldest lady thing I've ever said. Hi, I'm moving on to making dinner. Someone asked any good books, like go-to books. Verity, if you haven't read it, is so absolutely fun. Also, The Sundown Motel I'm obsessed with, and like I need everyone to read it. Like I can't stop thinking about it. I really like it. I'm reading The Family Plot. Is that what it's called? I just started, so I talked about it in yesterday's video, so go check that out. But yeah, I would say Sundown Motel or Verity. I like horror mystery type things. Sundown Motel is like a straight up horror, and it's so fun. And Verity's like a little sexy for me, which, listen, I don't pride myself on being like a prude or anything. I just like, it was almost a little too like risque for me, and there was also some moments in it that like were so uncomfortable in other ways, but it was a great read. But Sundown Motel, man, I feel like that might be my favorite of this year. All right, I'm a terrible chef, as you guys all know. If you ever want me to do a full cooking video of what I eat at night, I will do it, but it's so embarrassing. It's always terrible, but it's what I do. It's like a burger taco situation. All right, I'm gonna do a few more. Someone asked if I missed making music videos, and yeah, I loved doing that. Like, that was at the time when like parody videos were so hot, and these like studios, like maker studios, were backing us, and like we got all the best equipment, and like it was like a time. It was a time. It was a golden time of YouTube for sure. I loved it. I got to involve my grandma. I got to sing, which I really enjoy. Like, yeah, I loved it. I definitely miss that. It's just like, that's not where it's at right now. And so, you know, I'm grateful for that time. And if ever that's the trend again and I have those opportunities, I would do it in a heartbeat. But yeah, unfortunately, that's just not where it's at right now. Coming from a girl who clearly knows where it's at. Someone said, what's your favorite piece of cliche overused life advice? YOLO? I don't know, I just cracked myself up. Yeah, just try to enjoy every moment. And also, like, I like this one. I haven't really quite taken it on fully, but what other people think of me is none of my business. I like that one. I like, yeah, YOLO, like live each day as if it was the last. Don't worry, be happy, Hakuna Matata, all those things, every single Hallmark thing. I do think they're cliche for a reason because people say them over and over again because we need to hear it. So live, laugh, love, you know what I'm saying? All right, one more and then I gotta go catch up on The Bachelorette. I'm behind. All right, someone asked how to get over a former serious relationship. I've had several former serious relationships, so I feel equipped to talk about this. All right, guys, I actually really do believe everyone comes into your life for a reason. Listen, I'm grateful for all my relationships in one way or another. This, of course, excludes, like, if this relationship was, like, heavily toxic, abusive, etc. Like, I am disregarding that, so please don't think I'm talking about that. But, like, you know, sometimes, like, people come in for your life for a reason, a season, or whatever. What is it? What's the saying? Whatever. I feel like I have learned something from all my relationships that I can happily walk away with and use in bettering myself and in bettering, is that a word? All I can say is, yes, breaking up with someone is so very difficult, but if you guys broke up for one reason or another, it just wasn't meant to be, and I promise you that there's something bigger and better on the way, even if it doesn't feel like that. And so if you can just trust in, like, all right, this is a pain I'm feeling right now. Let me, like, examine what happened. Let me take some really great life lessons from this. Let me then learn from that and, like, you know, just know, like, there really is a light at the end of the tunnel. Like, it really does get better, and it always gets even better than you can imagine. So if you can just, like, hold on to the fact that it will get better, and this relationship is going to lead you to the next fantastic one, then that kind of lessens the blow. Also, like, feel free, eat the ice cream, drink the wine, do what you gotta do. But really, I'm telling you, like, you are so brave. Even if it wasn't your idea, you are so brave to conquer this. And just trust that this is the right decision, that relationships should, they're work. Don't get me wrong, they're certainly work, but they shouldn't be so difficult. And if it's gotten to the place where you've broken up, it's probably for the best. And I promise you, if you continue to work on yourself, it will come, and it will come in, like, tenfold. It will be fantastic. So send you lots of love. Surround yourself with people who love you, support you, and just know something even better is coming your way. You know, you got to clear the closet to get the new clothes in. So there you go. That was a stupid set. You get my point. I love you guys so very much. This was so fun. Thank you so much for joining me. If you want to see more of these, I truly love, like, the casual nature of this. I would love to do more. If you want to do more advice videos, whatever y'all want, I'm here to keep you entertained. Whatever you guys are feeling, let me know in the comments below. I appreciate you greatly, and I will see you next time.